What I got, you can't buy. It resides between my eyes. Walked through the fire, came out better on the other side. See, life's like a beach if you find the sand. Right now, I feel like 100 grand.
You are listening to Inspired Insider with your host, Dr. Jeremy Wise.
Dr. Jeremy Wise here, founder of InspiredInsider.com, where I talk with inspirational entrepreneurs and leaders like the founders of P90X. Tony Horton talked about how he made money as a street mime before selling hundreds of millions of dollars. And he would actually, Chris put his hat on the street, do street miming to make food and rent money. Okay. I don't like just hearing the successful stuff. I like hearing the tough times too. Baby Einstein founder Julie Clark talked about growing her company to $20 million with 5 employees, selling to Disney. But the most impressive was beating cancer twice. And Atari founder Nolan Bushnell talked about when he was Steve Jobs' mentor. Steve offered him 33% of Apple for $50,000, and why he said no. That and many more, you could go to InspiredInsider.com and check them out. This episode is brought to you by Rise 25, which I co-founded with my business partner, John Corcoran. And with Rise 25, we help B2B businesses connect to their Dream 100 clients and referral partners. And basically, we help you run your podcast so it generates ROI. But Chris, podcasting is much more personal for me. I don't know if I've even told you this, but it's not just about the business, although it's been the best thing for my business and my life because I've formed amazing friendships, referral partnerships, strategic partnerships, clients. But it was actually inspired by my grandfather, who was a Holocaust survivor, and his brother and him were in the concentration camps in Nazi Germany. They were only members of their family to survive. And his words and legacy live on because of an interview, because the Holocaust Foundation actually did an interview with him. And now I have put it on my About page. I can watch it every year. He's not alive anymore, but I can watch it. I do watch it multiple times a year, and other people can too. And his legacy lives on. And so, yeah, podcasting will help your business, no doubt. But it helps you and your guests leave a legacy of knowledge beyond. So if you have questions, go to rise25.com. If you have questions, you can email us support@rise25media.com. I believe if you have a business, you should have a podcast, period. Just like Chris believes if you have a business, you should be taking care of your SEO and rankings because that is the lifeblood of your business. So check it out. I'm excited to introduce today's guest, Chris Dreyer, who's the founder of rankings.io. And, his company helps elite personal injury firms land serious injury and auto accident cases with Google search. If you want to learn something, what I've learned from studying Chris is focus. Okay. Just focus. And he niches down. And by doing that, he can be really systemized and he can serve the client better. And they are a personal injury law firm SEO agency and serve clients all over the country. And they help them win first page rankings. And he started rankings.io because he saw the legal vertical was underserved. And he saw many of the competitors were not delivering the results they should. And he knew he could do better. And I love this saying, which is true, by the way. They have to have first page results because if you're on the second page, you're dead. And actually, Chris, I would disagree with that. Okay. The way I disagree with it's not even the second page. If you're on the lower half of the first page, sometimes you're dead.
True.
Right. Not even the second page. People ask me, Jeremy, how'd you find out about me? I'm like, I went to the third page of Google, which no one goes to. Right. Mm-hmm. But check out rankings.io for more information. They have an amazing company. Chris, thanks for joining me.
Thank you so much for the intro. Thanks for having me.
I always ask, since it's Inspired Insider, what's been a challenging moment, low moment, and what's been a proud moment on the other end?
Good question. Challenging moment would be probably, I think, over 3 years ago, overhiring. I think every business owner experiences that, and weren't using leading lagging indicators well enough, and overhired, didn't forecast properly. So that kind of hurt our cash flow, and that was a learning experience for sure.
How do you navigate that?
We're EOS and Traction really helped. Profit First, Mike McCallowitz really helped. So we are looking at the numbers on a weekly basis as leading indicators. So things like accounts receivable, money out on the street, so to speak. We know who owes us money, and we're not letting it go too long. We have an AR 30 plus, so accounts receivable 30 plus out on the street that we know that we need to keep hitting them to get the money, or we shut down the service. Hard lessons learned like that. Great people, but if they don't pay you, can't do money for free. So those are some difficult ones. Some exciting ones, I would say, Inc. 5000 back to back last 2 years. Those are probably some really good accomplishments. For our clients, we've got, I think the rewards are our clients. We've got a client ranking number 1 nationwide for car accident lawyer. We got number 1 in Chicago, Philadelphia, and Houston for car accident lawyer, major metros. So those are some really exciting wins too.
What about, like you mentioned, is rewarding when you get your clients' results. Do you remember a specific company or case when they were extremely appreciative above and beyond? Was there anything like that was especially rewarding?
Oh yeah. So we've been flown out to Clearwater, been put up in the nicest resort. We've got some tremendous gifts, and yeah. So I would say flying out to location, they sent us on trips and things like that have been really cool.
Yeah. People should check out rankings.io. Anywhere else we should point people towards online?
Rankings.io is the main, but if you guys want to connect with Chris Dreyer at LinkedIn, I accept all connection requests.
Say that one more time. It faded out for a second. Chris Dreyer at LinkedIn.
Yeah, Chris Dreyer at LinkedIn. I accept all connection requests.
Cool. I expect nothing less from you to be focused on rankings.io. We should not send anyone else to anywhere else except for rankings.io. Chris, thank you so much. Absolute pleasure. Really appreciate it.
Jeremy, thank you so much for having me.
What I got, you can't buy. It resides between my eyes. Walked through the fire, came out better on the other side. See, life's like a beach if you find the sand. And right now, I feel like 100 grand.